This meeting of the St. Mary of the Hills School, San Fernando, Model United Nations is called to order. The provisional agenda for today's meeting is the social and political turmoil in South America. Saying there's no objection, the agenda is adopted. I wish to warmly welcome the distinguished ambassadors, Mr. Secretary General, and other representatives present here in the chamber today. Your presence underscores the importance of the subject matter under discussion. I will now give the floor to His Excellency the Secretary General to deliver the opening statement of our meeting.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished ambassadors and delegates, esteemed members of the Council, honorable minister and envoys, ladies and gentlemen. Over the last decade, the continent of South America has seen great political upheaval and social turmoil, from abuse of human rights, authoritarian rule, and disregard for human life in violent police action, to large-scale protests, failed attempt at restoring democracy, and calls for help to the international community. In Bolivia, a civic coup d'etat in late 2019 ousted President Evo Morales, leaving a non-democratic government in power. In Chile, meanwhile, protesters clashed with the local riot police in some of the most violent civilian protests in recent years, demanding a change in their national constitution. A change, must I add, that has not yet been implemented. In Venezuela, the dispute for power fueled by unstable institutions and foreign pressures has led to a large diaspora of Venezuelan nationals. Now, in the year 2020, we stand at a crossroads with the coronavirus pandemic in full swing, and governments taking the opportunity to seize power from the public and rule unchecked by the legislative branches of government. Mr. President, the time is now to bring positive change to Latin America. We, as an international community, must come to fruitful agreements in regards to these nations and do our duty as member states of the United Nations support the people of this continent. Thank you very much.
I thank His Excellency, Mr. Secretary General, for his statement. The Council will now begin its consideration of item 2 of the agenda. It is so decided. In accordance to Rules 37 and 39 of the United Nations Provisional Rules of Procedure, as well as previous practice of the Council in this regard, a list of speakers has been redacted to begin today's discussions. I will now give the floor to other members of the Security Council to deliver their policy statement speeches. Kingdom of Belgium, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairs, for yielding the floor to the Kingdom of Belgium. The Kingdom of Belgium believes that the members of the committee should take into account every point of view while reaching the resolution to both sides, so both sides agree to accept it. The members of the committee must always have in mind the fundamental values and must write the resolution thinking of them. This will bring a democratic and fair solution to the issue. I yield the floor back to the Chair.
I thank Her Excellency for her statement. The delegation of the People's Republic of China has the floor.
Thank you, Presidency, for yielding the floor to the delegation of the People's Republic of China. Good morning, fellow delegates. The delegation of China believes that one of the most important cases we are studying today is the crisis in Venezuela, and that is why we are focusing on this point. The crisis in Venezuela is an issue that threatens the security and stability in the country, as many others threaten the peace by aggressively trying to depose the legitimately elected president of Venezuela. This is a typical case of threat to peace created by the use of force. The delegation of the People's Republic of China wants to emphasize that the crisis generated in the Middle East and the North Africa after the dismissal of legitimate governments were promoted by the interference of Western nations. Let us not forget that in every instance of regime change imposed by the West in the last 3 decades, almost all have resulted in bloodshed or even some exploding into full-scale civil wars. A civil war in Venezuela can bring a great risk to Latin America's stability, one of the only regions that could survive Western destruction, in spite of the efforts that could be seen during the Cold War, when United States cooperated with South American militaries to carry out coups and democratically elected governments. The delegation of the People's Republic of China shares the concern on this crisis with the United Nations and its members, and points out for a national and international dialogue for reconciliation. However, China's delegation would like to recall the states present that the recognition of Juan Guaidó as president of Venezuela without having been democratically elected means a very dangerous precedent. This is an outrage and an insult to international law. This is why the People's Republic of China calls for all the countries that have done so to reconsider their position. Thank you, Presidency. I yield the floor back to the Presidency.
I thank His Excellency for his statement. Delegation of the Dominican Republic, you have the floor. Delegation of the Dominican Republic. All right. Delegation of the Republic of Estonia, you have the floor.